boxing, about to hit you everywhere but under your feet with this one. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I got to talk about the Devin Haney situation, with Mr. Gary Russell Jr. Now, I done told y'all already from jump that Devin Haney is ducking. Devin Haney has fought nobody. He has done nothing in the sport of boxing. Yes, Lomachenko ducked him, but that doesn't mean he's the greatest fighter ever. Shout out to Gary Russell people for bringing out the fact that, yes, Shakur Stevenson did beat up on Devin Haney in sparring. Please, and people must understand, if Devin Haney got good, Shakur Stevenson got even better, and he was right over there with Terrence Crawford and Bomac in their gym, so he getting better. So let's get that understood first. Just because Devin Haney is getting better don't mean Shakur ain't. All right. Now let's talk about this 1.5 million offer. All right. Devin Haney is saying that Gary Russell Jr. is pricing himself out for $1.5 million. Do that make sense? I'm asking my people, does that sound and does that make sense? How are you pricing yourself out from $1.5 million when he only asked for another $500,000 to fight him? Like he told him, Gary Russell Jr., this was business between me and Terrence Crawford. I mean, this was personal. With me and your son, this is business. Why not give him an extra $500,000? You can tell from when Bill got on the phone. Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV. Blue Blood Sports TV. Great interview. Great work, bro. I salute you. He got on there and Bill Haney basically ducked the entire conversation. He mostly wanted to talk about Terrence Crawford and Gary Russell Jr. And like the guy who's on the phone for Gary Russell Jr., he told him, he said, you keep talking about Terrence Crawford. We ain't talking about Terrence Crawford and Gary. We're talking about him and your son. It's clear and obvious that in that conversation that Bill Haney and Devin Haney does not want to fight Gary Russell Jr. Now, if you take it any other kind of way, you are being biased. And y'all know I'm not biased. True enough, I don't really too much like Devin Haney, but I'll never lie or try to knock him down, take away his accomplishments of anything he does in the ring. But the truth is the truth. This is the same guy who had the opportunity to fight Javier Fortuna. Even Javier Fortuna said that Devin Haney is an internet champion. He talks all the noise on the internet, but when it's time to fight, time to sign a contract, he doesn't want to do it. Now, shout out to Gary Russell Jr. now for coming out and saying, I'll take the 1.5. So I wonder what will the Haney team say now? What will be the excuse now? And first, I want to talk about this. Now, I'm not sure because I'm not in the background of boxing. I'm not in boxing. I'm not a promoter or anything like that. But when did fighters start paying fighters to fight? I'm a little confused. I may be out of order. Somebody check me. Check me. But when did fighters start paying other fighters? Where is all this? Can you pay this and can you pay that? And what's up with Bill Haney? They say they'll do whatever to fight your son. You keep talking about Terrence Crawford. I keep telling y'all, Devin Haney is not what y'all think he is. And shout out and big respect to Mr. Floyd Mayweather Sr., who taught your son, who y'all keep stealing game from, hiring and firing that man, so y'all keep stealing game from him. Keep stealing his knowledge of boxing. See, one thing people don't understand, all that little slick stuff you do ain't gonna help you in the end. You see, instead of y'all trying to steal his skills and his boxing mind, y'all should keep him there. But no, your father wants all the acclaim. Your father wants to be known as your trainer. And that's why you're going to get beat. And that's why Shakur Stevenson was beating up on you. Huh, fool? I told y'all in my last video, man. Devin Haney is all talk, Devin Haney has not fought anybody. Anybody. No name on his record. He about 21-0, 22-0. Name one fighter Devin Haney with a name as beat. I'm waiting. Oh, some people gonna say Lomachenko ducked him. Okay, good. Okay, that's all good and well. Lomachenko gave him a belt. Okay, that's all good and well. Y'all excuse me for being a little nap up under the neck. I'm sorry about that. But we talking about this box. But I want to apologize to my people. Huh? My false narratives? I'm telling the truth. Who is he for? Who is he for? Yes, Loma ducked him. Yes, Loma gave him a belt. What fighter is on Devin Haney's resume that you know? That's a big name. Now we talk about Tank. Talk about Devin. Oh, I am? Where I am. But who is Devin Haney for? Give me one big name Devin Haney is for. Please. One big name. One known name. A little popular name. You can't. So what is this, all this Hall of Fame Floyd Mayweather talk coming from? When you clearly see Shakur Stevenson beating him up in sparring years ago. And yeah, Devin probably got better, but Shakur got better too. And he over there with Terrence Crawford and Bo making them. So who you think getting more better? They keep firing Mr. Floyd Mayweather Sr., keep stealing his knowledge and firing him. Calm or hell. Pricing yourself out for 1.5 million. How you pricing yourself out for 1.5 or 2 million? How is you pricing yourself out? And I've been telling people pricing yourself out is ducking, but he didn't. He didn't price himself out. 1.5 million is ducking. Mr. Devin Haney. Huh? Huh? You didn't want to fight Javier Fortuna. So I know you don't want to fight Gary Russell Jr. Y'all go back and look. Javier Fortuna already said it. He ducking. Have you heard him mention Javier Fortuna? Don't you hear him call out Tank when Tank got a fight? If I ain't mistaken, ain't you heard Devin Haney call out Tank when Tank got a fight? Now, Ryan Garcia, in my opinion, is ducking Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia then came up with a whole list like Errol Spence of who they gonna fight. So yeah, he is ducking Devin Haney. But Devin Haney is ducking as well. The Devin Haney has fought nobody. I don't know where y'all getting all this talk from. He like a Virgil Ortiz right now. He like a Jaron Ennis. Where was Fortuna? Fortuna is a former ex-champion. The hell is you talking about? See, you get on here. See, this casual talk. You get on here riding somebody coattails, don't even know what you're talking about. Do you know who Javier Fortuna is? Huh? Do you know him? Former world champion. Will fight anybody. No, so you just riding coattail, my brother. You know what you're talking about. Know what you're talking about. Devin ain't fighting. Why Devin ain't fighting then? Why Devin ain't fighting? Y'all crazy. Check his resume. Go on Box Rick. You'll see. Check his resume. Y'all crazy. Devin Haney is nothing more than a ducker. Talk all the trash in the world. He want to pick, cherry pick, ain't fought nobody. Be lying about where he from. He is not from the hood. His dad is from Oakland. Devin Haney went on an interview. He couldn't even tell you what a friend of his stayed, what he used to do around there. He didn't get out and say, hey, I remember the candy lady stayed around here. I remember the dude used to fix cars. There was a drug dealer stayed behind us. They used to shoot in the air. He couldn't say none of that. Devin Haney is from the suburbs. He acts like that. He don't know nothing about loyalty, realness. His own daddy told him not to remember where he came from. Why? Because he didn't come from there. He's a suburbs dude, and ain't nothing wrong with that. You can clearly see it in him. You can tell from his character how he acts. I can clearly see him hate on Terrence Crawford, Shakur Stevenson. I've seen him do that. He is a good fighter, but all the acclaim that he gets for no reason, no. He's clearly ducking. Gary Russell Jr. just said send a 1.5, and when they don't go through the 1.5, y'all will clearly see that Devin Haney is not the fighter that y'all think he is. He's talks. He don't walk the walk. He has fought no one. Name one fighter Devin Haney has beat with a name. Devin Haney is a paper champion. Paper champion. Jamal Charlo, paper champion. Paper champion. This dude said Lomo, Fimo, Russell, Duck, Haney. Well, Russell just said send 1.5 million and he'll fight. So we're gonna see who's gonna duck who. You can't price yourself out for 1.5 million. That's a low ball. 1.5 million is a low ball offer. He's still willing to accept it. So let's see what y'all boy do. Teofimo didn't even want to take that. How's that pricing yourself out? Huh? Yeah, you're right. Who is Longman best win? Because he done made people move up to different weight classes to get advantages to beat people. So you're right. Who is his best win? Linares, I give him that. Linares, probably a couple of more fighters. But what about the fighters that he done made who was stalled out? Nicholas Waters. Nicholas Waters hadn't fought in 18 months and got pushed in the ring with Lomachenko. Regan down. What about them? Huh? Devin Haney is ducking. Devin Haney, you're a black man. I'm happy that you are successful. I'm happy that you are able to take care of your family and that you are able to do things that I will probably never see in my life, young brother. This is no hate towards you. I'm very happy that you are successful. You shine. But I talk about boxing, and in boxing, you are ducking. You are ducking. Your father clearly showed that y'all are ducking. He wanted to talk more about Terrence Crawford than fighting Gary Russell Jr. But that counter act from Gary Russell Jr. will show the public where Mr. Devin Haney stands. This will show y'all if he's the future of boxing. Me personally, I believe it's Shakur Stevenson, but that's my opinion. Only time will tell. I could be wrong. And I'm not saying that to disregard what Devin Haney can do in the ring. He's a special fighter, but he has done nothing. He has proved nothing. That's all I'm saying. And I have seen Shakur Stevenson beat him up, shaking his headgear. That's all I'm saying. We're not talking about Loma. No, don't switch the conversation now. Oh, my bad. I know boxing conversation. I thought that was DF. But Devin Haney is clearly ducking, man. I mean, people just got to be real about that. People just got to, you know, even if you're a Devin Haney fan, I know it hurt. I know it hurts. But your boy is ducking. And this will be proven when he doesn't take that $1.5 million offer by Gary Russell Jr. You cannot price yourself out for $1.5 million. You just seen Mr. Kell Brook turn down $1.5 million. That is a low ball. So how is it that Mr. Devin Haney won't sign that contract? If he doesn't, he's ducking. Okay. We're going to see. But hey, y'all, I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. This is a Sunday, man. Eat good, man. Love your people. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. You understand me? I love y'all. Thank y'all for y'all support. I would not be where I'm at on this channel without y'all. I thank y'all for tuning in. Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV for that beautiful, beautiful video you gave us. You know, I salute you, my brother. I thank you. And shout out to Gary Russell Jr. Shout out to Devin Haney. You know, I hope this fight will happen. That will be a good fight to see. And most of all, man, y'all enjoy yourself. Help as many people as you can. But don't be stupid for nobody. This Easy Work Boxing. Thank y'all for y'all time. I'm out.